From the Stroh Center in Bowling Green, Ohio, we bring you round 2 of this Mid-American Conference matchup between the Bowling Green Falcons and the Akron Zips. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us alongside Bowling Green student Garrett McKinney. I'm Brad Woznicki. The Falcons come into this game not only looking for redemption, but they're also trying to remain in the top 4 in the Mid-American Conference standings. Only 4 games remain in the regular season. Bowling Green knows they need to take care of business here at home. Akron winless on the road this season.
Well, Akron hasn't been great this season. They rank in the bottom 3 teams in the conference in terms of scoring offense and defense. But the Zips are capable of putting up some points. They make nearly 10 threes per game. So for the Falcons, closing out on shooters and limiting offensive rebounds will be key tonight.
It has definitely been a process for this Akron team with 8 newcomers on the roster this season and first-year head coach John Gross. One guy the Zips have been able to rely on is Daniel Utomi, averages better than 15 points a game. Looking for a big performance out of him tonight. We know he can shoot it from long range.
And for Utomi, he's playing really well this year. Obviously leads the team in scoring and rebounds, but he's also second in terms of three-point shooting and third in steals. Utomi playing really well all around for the Zips this year.
And Utomi had just 5 points in the first meeting. Don't expect that to be the case if the Zips are going to come out on top here tonight. Now for the Bowling Green Falcons, they will be looking to bounce back after a tough road loss at Buffalo. One of the bright spots from that game, though, was the play of redshirt freshman Justin Turner. 26 points over his last 2 games.
Well, Turner, he's been the Falcons' most consistent volume scorer. He's had 9 games where he scored 20 points or more this season. He also leads the Falcons in steals. Turner's going to be looking to get it done on both sides of the ball tonight.
And Justin Turner comes into this game 26 points shy of breaking the Bowling Green State University freshman scoring record held by assistant coach Anthony Stacy. Bowling Green coming into this game at 16-11 overall, 7-7 in the MAC. Akron 11-15 and 4-10 in Mid-American Conference play. As you look at the starters for the Zips, you have Jamon Ivey, another very capable scorer. Malcolm DeVivier, the team leader in three-point shooting. Eric Parrish, Lucas Smith, and Mark Kostelak. One name you do not see there is Daniel Utomi. We mentioned him in the open. He's not going to start tonight, but he will get plenty of action. Just taking a little bit of rest for one of Akron's leaders. Let's look at the starting lineup for the Zips. And now for Bowling Green, you have Dylan Fry, the 6'2" sophomore, followed by Antoine Lillard, Justin Turner, Derek Koch, and DiMaggio Wiggins, one of the top rebounders in the Mid-American Conference. Wiggins coming in with 12 double-doubles on the season. Bowling Green trying to make it 5 straight wins here at home. Akron trying to avoid what would be a 3-game losing streak. Akron does have the edge in the all-time series. 37-25 as you see there, and it was just over a month ago, the first meeting between these two teams at James A. Rhodes Arena, and Akron came out on top 80-78 thanks to Vershawn Cotton, who hit the game-winning 3 with less than 4 seconds remaining. It was definitely a tough one for the Falcons on the road that they're looking to bounce back from here tonight.
Well, you know the Falcons are going to come ready to play tonight, ready to avenge that loss, and Falcons have won 4 straight here at home. They're going to be coming. The crowd's great tonight. The Falcons are going to be ready to play tonight.
Akron and Bowling Green split their 2 regular season meetings last season. In fact, the win for Bowling Green snapped 17 straight wins for Akron against Bowling Green men's basketball. Look at the last time out for the Akron Zips. They played their rival, the Kent State Golden Flashes, and Kent State came out on top 78-68. The Golden Flashes shot 56% in the second half. The high shooting percentage similar to what Bowling Green had against Buffalo, in which Buffalo for the game shot 51%. Will be Wiggins and Kostelak to jump. And Akron wins the tip. The Zips averaging better than 72 points a game. DeVivier gives it up. Now it's Ivy. He tried to drop it down and wasn't there, and Fry comes up with the steal. Bowling Green, number 4 in the MAC in scoring. Blocked underneath was Wiggins, and out of bounds off of Akron.
But you see the Falcons, what they're trying to do right away, trying to go down low. DiMaggio Wiggins down in the post, working down low, taking that, going for the mismatch down low, sorry.
You saw Bowling Green head coach Michael Huger there a moment ago as Justin Turner can't knock down the three. And at the other end, into the hands of DeVivier. Malcolm DeVivier, excellent outside shooter. And he lost his footing there trying to go inside to Kostelak. And there is Akron head coach John Gross. 4-6 all-time against this Bowling Green program. Former Ohio University men's basketball coach. Then went to the University of Illinois. Now back here in the MAC as the head coach of the Zips. DiMaggio Wiggins in the paint. And just like the game against Ball State, Mark Kostelak, the 6'11", 250-pound forward, picks up an early foul. It took just 39 seconds for him to pick up his first foul in that big matchup against Ball State. DiMaggio Wiggins shooting 67% from the line this season, gets the friendly roll on the first. Bowling Green as a team shooting better than 73% from the charity stripe. And there is the man we talked about, Daniel Utomi, checking in with just over a minute gone by here in the ball game. And Wiggins goes 2 for 2. Akron in that last matchup against Kent State only went into halftime trailing by 1. As we mentioned, that hot shooting percentage of Kent State allowed the Golden Flashes to start to pull away. Zips were led in that game by Malcolm DeVivier. Talk more on DeVivier as this broadcast goes on. One thing Bowling Green did really well against Buffalo in the last time out is they got to the free throw line. The Falcons were 25 of 29. It's Turner looking for a driving lane, wasn't there. It's Derek Coate, the freshman, for 3. That one was halfway down, and back comes Ivy. Utomi in transition, and he's going to shoot 3. Daniel Utomi, an excellent free throw shooter, better than 80%. One more look. Coach just got caught underneath Utomi on that shot. Utomi coming off 20 points. And Akron is on the board. And not this time for Utomi. Daniel Utomi not starting tonight was the first time all season he had not been in the starting lineup. He's definitely a player that has really progressed his game with the losses that Akron had last season. We knew guys were going to have to step up. Utomi averaged just under 5 points a game last year, averaging better than 15 right now. Dylan Fry, the step back try. Off glass and good. Bowling Green back in front here in the early going. And underneath, Lucas Smith, the pump fake, and draws a Wiggins foul. Excellent cell job there from the junior from Omaha, Nebraska.
And Smith, one of the best shooters on this Zips team, better than 83% from the line on the season.
And no good on the first. And the last two guys we've talked about at the line, Utomi and Smith, both excellent free throw shooters, but Akron as a team, 9th in the MAC at just over 70%. Bowling Green will definitely have to do a better job of guarding the perimeter here tonight than they did against Buffalo. The Bulls were able to knock down 12 threes. They shot 60% from beyond the arc. Akron as a team coming in with 254 three-pointers made this season, 4th in the MAC in that stat. DeVivier gets to the basket and finishes. Malcolm DeVivier coming off that career-high 27 points, in which he was 4 of 9 from long range. And the little hop step there from Lillard puts Bowling Green back in front. Bowling Green 4-2 when Antoine Lillard has been in the starting lineup this season. And DeVivier attacks again. Too easy. He went right down Main Street.
Well, you can see from the tip, DeVivier is just being as aggressive as he can be. He's pulling up from 3, taking it to the rack. DeVivier trying to make a difference here early.
And underneath, DiMaggio Wiggins is fouled, a little frustrated. He wanted an and one. It's back to the line for the junior from Springfield High School in Holland, Ohio. DiMaggio Wiggins coming off another double-double with 13 points and 15 rebounds last time out. And Kostelak returns. He is joined by Torrey Patton, a freshman from Trotwood, Ohio. Played his high school ball at Trotwood Madison. One of the recent recruits for Bowling Green football, Ravion Hargrove from Trotwood Madison. Outstanding running back who had over 7,000 yards rushing in his high school career. Ivy guarded by Lillard, gives it up to DeVivier. And taken away. Lillard with Ivy in front of him. Trying to take it in, it's off the mark. Good defense from Ivy. DeVivier, corner 3. Left it short, and Kostelak can't corral the rebound. It will be Bowling Green basketball when we return. Bowling Green 8, Akron 7. Dylan Fry, the step back, goes off the window. And Akron behind Malcolm DeVivier attacking and finishing. The Bowling Green Band providing some entertainment before this one as the Falcons lead Akron 8-7 with 4 minutes gone by in this ball game. Brad Woznicki and Garrett McKinney here with you. Garrett, what have you liked about the offense from Bowling Green so far? Well,
I like how aggressive they've been. They've been really deliberate in what they're trying to do as Dylan Fry knocks down the 3. The Falcons haven't ran much time off the shot clock. They really know what they're trying to get into in their offensive sets.
Dylan Fry now with 51 threes on the season. Daquan Plowden now out there on the floor for Bowling Green. And for Akron, Vershawn Cotton, who, as we mentioned, had the game winner in the first meeting, is now out there. Bowling Green looking to extend their lead. Antoine Lillard, step back try, and well off the mark. DiMaggio Wiggins was looking for that ball on the post. Instead, Bowling Green settled for a deep shot. Ivy off the screen. Pulls up just inside the arc and knocks it down. Jamon Ivey. Cannot mention his name without mentioning the 48 points that he put up against Ball State at Worthen Arena. That was a program record. Not only did Jamon Ivey score 48 points in that game back on January 27th, but he also knocked down 9 three-pointers in that ball game. He broke the Worthen Arena scoring record that was 41. And that was a double overtime game in which Ball State came out on top. Always tough to beat Ball State in Muncie as Daniel Utomi knocks down the three, and it's Akron by 1. Turner bumped but no whistle, and now Matt Fox blocked on the three-point attempt. And Cotton threw it away. You see Daniel Utomi there limping a bit as he goes back the other way. And Cotton, after that turnover, immediately to the bench. Keep your eye on Daniel Utomi, though. Rod Caldwell and Jeffrey Uju to the scores table for Bowling Green. And DiMaggio Wiggins with that pump fake puts Bowling Green back in front.
Excellent feed by Turner. Wiggins with the patience. Goes for the pump fake, lays it in. Easy shot for the Falcons.
Wiggins had 18 points and 12 rebounds in the first meeting. Utomi lets the three fly. Too strong on that attempt, and back comes Turner. Fry looking for his second three. Yes, sir. 2-possession ball game. Dylan Fry, 37% three-point shooter for his career. Plenty of guys on this Bowling Green team capable of knocking it down from long range. And Ivy, no good. Here comes Turner up ahead to Plowden. Showtime! Instead, just able to lay it home. Michael Huger up off the bench. He's fired up about his team's effort right now as the Falcons have their largest lead in the ball game. 18-12 your score. I was looking for a dunk there. Were you looking for a dunk?
I think everyone was expecting it.
Daquan Plowden has had some huge dunks this season. He's second on the team in slam dunks behind DiMaggio Wiggins. Safe to say, as a freshman, he's put his highlight reel together. This one just laying it home.
Well, he's one of the more athletic Falcons in terms of verticality. Everyone expected him to throw it down, but he settles for the soft lay-in.
Has to be somewhat pleasing for Michael Huger to see his team in front early in this ball game. We know Bowling Green in the first half have put themselves in several deficits, especially here on the home floor. They had a 19-point deficit to Kent State, 15-point deficit against Eastern Michigan. Also had a 19-point deficit against Ohio. Or pardon me, Western Michigan and Eastern Michigan. Bowling Green trailed by 19 at one point to Kent State. The same against Eastern Michigan. And then a Western Michigan team led by Thomas Wilder, one of the top scorers in the MAC, had the Broncos in front by 15 at one point. All come from behind efforts for Bowling Green. One of the reasons why the Falcons have won 4 in a row here at home is Jeffrey Uju off the bench. Knocks down the turnaround. Bench points there for Bowling Green, and now Utomi underneath, able to hang and finish. Utomi had just 5 points in the first meeting. He's already up to 7 in this one. And Turner, strong finish.
And that's excellent offense from Bowling Green, finding the open man, passing the ball, keeping the ball movement going, and getting the easy shot.
DeVivier. Now Smith, three-pointer, yes. Had some space, and why not? 5-point ball game. Akron now 2 of 5 from long range. Bowling Green 2 of 6 so far. Turner tried to give it up. Good defense there from Akron. DeVivier attacks off glass. He is getting whatever he wants right now when he goes to the basket. Not only did Malcolm DeVivier have a career high with 27, as he get the pretty reverse from Rod Caldwell. A lot of English on that basketball.
Incredible spin. The degree of difficulty on that layup by Roderick Caldwell, off the charts.
More bench points for Bowling Green. Going back to DeVivier. Last game against Kent State, he also surpassed 1,000 points for his career as Utomi gives Akron their third three. Daniel Utomi shooting 38% from long range. He's the first Akron player to reach double figures. Uju, not this time. And quickly the other way, it's going to be a three for Smith. Too much. Caldwell trying to push it back the other way. Turner, a deep three. Uju on the offensive glass, had it stripped on the way up. Chance for Akron to tie or take the lead as we have hit the 9-minute mark here in the first half. DeVivier, three, got it. Rod Caldwell trying to fight through. Gave DeVivier just enough space.
And you can already see the tandem of DeVivier and Utomi going at the Falcons on every single offensive possession, being very aggressive here in the first half.
Yeah, the three-point tandem, 16th in the country. And three-pointers made with 147 coming in. We have our second media timeout. It's Akron by 1. Three-pointer there, good for Bowling Green, but Utomi with the answer at the other end. Akron 25, Bowling Green 24. We were mentioning going into the break the three-point tandem of Daniel Utomi and Malcolm DeVivier. The two coming into this ball game a combined 147 threes, good enough for 16th in the nation. Now number 1 in the nation is the combination of Fletcher McGee and Nathan Hoover of Wofford. They have 179 threes coming into tonight. And Cotton tried to do too much. Akron did a nice job there getting back on defense, not allowing a Bowling Green transition bucket. Caldwell, extra pass, open look for Fox. Bowling Green can't ask for better ball movement, just did not capitalize.
And you got to think that's going to pay off for the Falcons sooner rather than later. The extra pass, the ball movement.
And Koch with the block underneath, but a Bowling Green foul. And free throws for Lucas Smith. when we return. Great dish inside from Ivy. Free throws coming up. Welcome back to the Stroh Center here in Bowling Green, Ohio. We've got a 1-point ball game with 7:39 remaining in the first half, and it's time now to bring in the third member of our crew, Bowling Green student Lauren Salkowitz.
Thanks, Brad. Daniel Umaji's season got off to a rough start. This season, the defenders caught on to his three-point shooting skills. The coaches had to work on his offensive versatility, making him practice and shooting. Back to you, Brad.
Thank you, Lauren. Lucas Smith at the line. And he knocks down the first. Second free throw up and good. And Utomi will check back into the ball game. Utomi so far leading the scoring for Akron. 10 points in this one. DeVivier has added 9. For Bowling Green, Dylan Fry leading the Falcons with 8. Caldwell, three-pointer, no. But there's Koch on the offensive glass. Rod Caldwell finds Fry. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. And Wiggins' pass tipped. And a Bowling Green turnover. Their 5th turnover in this one. And Utomi up top. Would not drop in the rebound for Wiggins. Fry, tough shot, didn't matter. Back to a 1-point game. Dylan Fry, 12 points a game this season.
And already at 10 points tonight, hasn't missed a shot from the field, 4 of 4 and 2 for 2 from 3.
Ivy. And a foul on the floor. That will be team foul number 5 for Bowling Green. Justin Turner, Antoine Lillard, and Malcolm DeVivier, along with Daquan Plowden and Eric Parrish into the ball game. Another foul on the floor. It's been easier said than done. Trying to keep DeVivier out of the paint tonight. Malcolm DeVivier played 3 years at Oregon State before coming to Akron. It's definitely been a nice addition. He's averaged better than 26 points a game over his last 2. Off the iron, long rebound to Turner. Koch, baseline jumper, good. Bowling Green in front. Back and forth ball game in this one. Utomi off the pump fake. Extra pass to DeVivier. Both teams moving the ball well, just unable to knock down the open looks. Plowden, and no good. That was a 3-point attempt. Goal was close, his feet very close to the line. Ivy lost it. And then Antoine Lillard saw the loose ball, and tough one there for Lillard. Just caught Ivy in the face. And Lillard, that will be his second personal. Just a bad break. Here it is one more time. Jamon Ivy stepping to the line. He's looking for a bounce-back performance after shooting just 1 of 11 against Kent State, finishing the ball game with 5 points. One more to come, a chance to put Akron in front.
But in that game, he was making things happen in other ways. He had also 5 assists, trying to make the team better any way he can, even when that shot's not falling.
8th in the MAC in assists at nearly 4 a game. Torrey Patton back in. Less than 5 to play in the first half. Turner found a lane. Nice clear out there by Koch.
And Turner was patient, found the open shot, and drove for another easy one.
And a foul away from the ball. Another 1-and-1 opportunity coming up for the Zips. Akron, a team that has not only dealt with a lot of new faces, but a couple of key injuries have changed things up for the Zips. Just over the last few weeks, they've had 8 different players in the starting lineup. Ivy back in. Sheena Badabo making his first appearance for the Zips. Badabo, the 6'1" freshman from Windsor, Ontario. Akron now 9 of 11 from the charity stripe. Cummings, 3, no. Ivy. Ivy splits the defense. Goes off glass. That was not easy. 1 possession ball game. And a reach in on Patton. That will be Akron's 5th team foul. Bowling Green basketball when we return. Dylan Fry finding Derek Koch for the baseline jumper, able to rattle it home. Getting to the free throw line quite often in this first half. The Zips 9 of 11 so far, and with the Zips getting to the line, you look at the Falcons and they foul trouble right now. Wiggins with 2, Lillard with 2, and Plowden with 2. We'll see how that plays out later on in this ball game, as the Falcons with the basketball trailing by 3. Brad Woznicki and Garrett McKinney here with you. Glad to have you along for this Mid-American Conference matchup, as the Falcons get it back to a 1-point game. Justin Turner with the basket. Give him 6 points on the night. Remember, Turner had 30 points in the first meeting. It was one of two 30-point performances this season for the redshirt freshman. Kostelak working against Koch. And underneath, able to finish Patton. Turner, that's a 2.
Turner capitalized on Utomi falling to the ground, hits a rhythm jumper mid-range.
Justin Turner, top 10 in the MAC in scoring and better than 15 a game. We'll see how the Zips respond. Ivy splits the defense. Here comes Turner, pushes it up ahead to Fox. And Cummings draws a blocking foul. Nellie Cummings, a 66% free throw shooter. So far, I'd say it's exactly what we expected coming in with how tightly these two teams played in the first matchup. The Zips coming out on top by 2. Akron just 4-10 in the MAC, but we knew coming in they were a team that Bowling Green could not overlook. Zips actually going for the season sweep. And no good on both free throws for Cummings. Utomi. Daniel Utomi gives it up. Smith, good look on the baseline. Quickly up ahead, it's Fry. Bowling Green trying to catch Akron on their heels. Falcons with a 5-0 advantage in fast break points so far. Bench points, though, Akron with the advantage 14-6. DeVivier, pretty move. 5-point lead for the Zips. Their largest lead of the ball game. Fry, little contact, still got it to go. 12 points on the night for Dylan Fry. Fry, one of those guys that we know can shoot it from long range. He definitely has that versatility in his game of being able to attack. Very good off the dribble. And Utomi too strong at the other end.
And speaking of Fry, I think he's much more effective when he takes the ball inside and doesn't just settle for outside jumpers. Yeah, those are effective. He's a great shooter, but he needs to work the ball inside. Complete offensive game. It's important for Fry.
Down to the final 10 seconds here in the first half. Bowling Green looking for some momentum going into the locker room. Fox, the turnaround, got it. And with that basket from the senior, Matt Fox, we have just a one-possession game after 20 minutes of play. Justin Turner able to knock down the jumper there. And Malcolm DeVivier, he's been tough to stop. 11 points in the ballgame as Akron leads it by 3. In Bowling Green, Akron on the road, leading the Falcons 41-38. Bowling Green 9-4 at home this season. Akron trying to win their first road game of the season. Bowling Green hanging around in this ball game. Big reason why? The play of Dylan Fry, the only Falcon in double figures so far.
Well, Dylan Fry, you can see his first shot he made was a tough jumper mid-range, and I think that just boosted his confidence tremendously. He's 5 of 6 from the field. He's made 2 3-pointers in the first half. Dylan Fry got the confidence, got the shot going early.
Dylan Fry, 3 times this season, he's had 5 threes in a ball game, once against South Dakota, another against USC Upstate, and then against Norfolk State. Not only did he have 5 threes, that was a career high with 28 points. Bowling Green Gymnastics entertaining the crowd here at halftime. Mid-American Conference men's basketball here on ESPN. Akron leading Bowling Green 41-38. And for more on tonight's ball game, here's Lauren Salkowitz.
Thanks, Brad. Consistent improvement. That may be the best way to describe the career of BGSU's junior forward DiMaggio Wiggins. After 2+ seasons, DiMaggio has solidified himself as one of the key players on this team, but it wasn't always that way.
Season with the Falcons was not a memorable one. He started 7 games for BGSU.
Coming in as a freshman, he was really raw and wanted to redshirt him out for his freshman year, but didn't have the capability of doing that, so we wound up playing him.
And playing him was the best thing that could have happened. As a freshman, Wiggins averaged 4 points and 4 rebounds a game. This season, as a junior, he averages 14 points and 10 rebounds. It's also recorded that he has 12 double-doubles. That's second in the MAC.
It's huge for us, and, we don't know where we'll be without him.
Still, Huger deserves some of the credit. He helped bring out Wiggins' raw talent, even though it brought out some tension.
As any coach and player, you bump heads. Every now and again, there are more bumps in the road earlier than they are now. Now it's more of a teaching moment, and he tries to have me be an extension of him on the court, talking to guys, lead by example, and just playing hard. That's the biggest thing he puts on all of our heads. So we just try to go out and play hard for the name across our chest.
The biggest impact Huger has made was in Wiggins' post-game. He taught him to stay low and use his strength rather than his height. As Huger says, the low man always wins. Back to you, Brad.
Thank you, Lauren. Stay with us here on ESPN. We've got more to come with our halftime report. Look at some of the students on hand for this Mid-American Conference matchup as Akron leads Bowling Green 41-38. In fact, Callie Simon there sitting front row, one of the top Bowling Green volleyball players. As we look at the Mid-American Conference standings, Buffalo and Toledo right now at the top of their respective conferences. Buffalo leading the MAC East, Toledo the MAC West. But behind those two teams, look at the rest. It's a logjam.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a logjam in the middle of the MAC. Falcons really need a win tonight to secure a higher seed in the upcoming MAC tournament.
Bowling Green right there you see at 7-7, tied with Kent State in the MAC East. Falcons coming into today number 4 in the Mid-American Conference standings, and this will give us an opportunity just to look at the MAC scoreboard. Ohio leading Kent State 47-39. Bobcats at the bottom of the MAC East. Toledo and Eastern Michigan, big matchup up in Ypsilanti. The Rockets lead by 5 after 20 minutes of play. You see, if the Rockets were to lose tonight to Eastern Michigan, Ball State would definitely take that, as the Cardinals are on the road and leading Northern Illinois 37-32. And then Western Michigan at home against Central Michigan. It's the Broncos in front 39-33. And with that, we will take a look now at some of the first half numbers. Both teams shooting better than 50% from the field, but the Falcons just 2 of 11 from long range.
Yeah, but that didn't stop the Falcons' offense in the first half, just making 18% of their threes, but they're shooting over 50% from the field, showing the Falcons can still be effective without making the long ball.
Daniel Utomi, one of the guys we talked about coming in, 14 points to lead all scorers. His partner in crime, Malcolm DeVivier, also in double figures with 11. That's a look at the first half numbers. Second half coming up here on ESPN. Start of the second half here on ESPN. Just a one-possession ball game as the Falcons will have it, trailing by 3. Brad Woznicki, Garrett McKinney here with you. Our producer tonight, Joe Goodman, and there's a look at the Akron leading scorers. Utomi leading all scorers tonight with 14, DeVivier with 11, and Lucas Smith getting the start tonight in place of Utomi has 8. And Dylan Fry, right out of the locker room, has his third 3. And that will give Dylan Fry 15 points on the night. Justin Turner approaching double figures. He's got 8. DiMaggio Wiggins, not only 6 points, he's got a pair of rebounds as well. Kostelak, well defended, gets it to drop. For Kostelak, that's his first points of the ball game. Mark Kostelak spent 1 year at IMG Academy as a post-grad player before joining Akron, as Antoine Lillard gives Bowling Green their 4th 3. For Lillard, that's a new season high for three-pointers made, with 17 on the year. And no good. Put back up and in, Akron by 1. Lillard finds the backdoor cut pass from Fry.
The vision from Dylan Fry. Antoine Lillard moving without the ball. Great play by the Falcons. With the chance for one more coming at the line right here.
And Utomi going to check in. And before we get to Antoine Lillard and his free throws, Lauren Salkowitz is standing by with some second half adjustments.
After talking to the BGSU coach, they discussed coming out strong defensively due to them falling apart in the last 5 minutes of the other half. They hope to bring up defensive scores and hold the lead 2 scorers, Daniel Utomi and Malcolm Diavier. And for Akron, they hope to keep doing what they're doing and ideally try to get more baskets on the inside. But overall, the coach is very satisfied.
Thank you, Lauren. Akron with the basketball, trailing by 2. Malcolm DeVivier was able to get to the paint quite often in that first half, and he does right there, just couldn't spin it off glass and in. Second chance, Utomi, and 1. Daniel Utomi, the hang time. Utomi earned MAC Player of the Week honors after a career-high 32 points in non-conference play against University of Tennessee Martin. He's 4 of 5 at the line tonight. He's already tripled his scoring output from the first meeting and completes the three-point play. Fry trying to find Wiggins, now up ahead. Utomi unable to finish. He had Lillard on his back. Fry lines up a 3. Koch able to save it to Wiggins for the flush.
The one-handed save falling out of bounds to Wiggins for the easy dunk.
Post to post right there. Derek Koch to DiMaggio Wiggins. That leads to a timeout as the Falcons lead by 1. Off the miss from Dylan Fry. As my partner said, Derek Koch off one leg finds DiMaggio Wiggins. Team leading 21st dunk for DiMaggio Wiggins. Dylan Fry leading Bowling Green with 15 points. Right now he's the only Bowling Green player in double figures, but a couple of players on the verge of joining Fry. The Falcons 4 of 5 from the field so far in this second half. Both teams still shooting better than 50% from the field. You told me. Good defense from Koch. And Ivy found some space, able to knock it down. Akron with their 5th three.
And Ivy, not an excellent three-point shooter, but definitely more than capable if he's given the space to knock down an open jumper.
He had 9 threes against Ball State when he put up 48. And DiMaggio Wiggins trying to post up. Will be a foul against Mark Kostelak. And that will bring in Torrey Patton. A lob into Wiggins. Trying to find Koch. It wasn't there. Now here's Ivy.
A good job by Justin Turner to stop the fast break, let the Falcons set up on defense.
Utomi trying to find Patton on the backdoor cut. Now it's Fry racing the other way. And no good. And Koch calling for the foul. That will be his 3rd personal. Smith, 8 points in that first half. And Patton drives, tough shot. A lob underneath. Wiggins able to save it. Fry back to Wiggins. This time throws it down with one hand.
And look at that ball movement, the vision from every Falcon player, the unselfishness, just trying to score, no one with any personal agendas right now.
Something you need to see come tournament time. DeVivier against Turner. Two guys that know how to score the basketball, and DeVivier will go to the line for 2 when we come back. Back and forth ball game continues. Antoine Lillard trying to find Wiggins. He was able to save it. Unselfish play from Fry as Wiggins throws it down. One-point ball game with plenty of time left in this one. The largest lead in this game was 8. That was when Bowling Green was in front. Akron's largest lead, 5. Both teams having to earn everything they get tonight. Akron shooting 56% from the field. Bowling Green at 55%. Falcons so far 2 of 3 from long range in this second half. Akron for the game 4 of 11. They have not attempted or knocked down a 3 here in the second half.
And I think that just goes to show the intensity in the second half of this Bowling Green team. They usually come out in the second half with more intensity and more defensive pressure, but so far in this game it's been exactly the case.
And flip-flop that. They have not knocked down one or attempted a 3 in the second half. Still Daniel Utomi leading all scorers with 17. Already surpassed his season average of 15.5 a game. Malcolm DeVivier to the line. Looking to add to his 11 points. This will be DeVivier's first free throw attempts of the night. DeVivier coming into this game hot from long range. 10 for his last 22 over his last 2 games. got 1-3 tonight. Puts the Zips in front. Lillard. Wiggins wants it in the post. Good look to Turner, open look. And Justin Turner has his first three-pointer of the night. He's now 1 of 3 from long range.
And you got to appreciate that possession for Bowling Green. Antoine Lillard had an open shot, but he went for the pump fake to find a better shot, found Justin Turner wide open for the three.
And that's the right guy to get that look from long range. Outside of Matt Fox, Justin Turner's second on the team in three-point field goal percentage, better than 41%. That stat good enough for 5th in the MAC. Plowden. And an offensive foul for Daquan Plowden. That's his third. Right now, Smith, Utomi, Patton, DeVivier, and Ivy out there for the Zips. Smith the spin. And no good. Lillard trying to take it all the way. Foul on the floor. Third team foul for the Zips. Eric Parrish into the ball game. Parrish, the freshman from Cypress, Texas, averages better than 8 points a game. Another Akron foul. And Lillard. Good defense from DeVivier. Turner. And Wiggins following it up. He'll shoot 2. DiMaggio Wiggins a perfect 4 of 4 at the line. .67% coming in, up from 61% last season. His freshman year, he shot less than 40% from the charity stripe. And there's his first miss of the night. Kostelak returns. Still a one-possession game. Right now, I think if you're Bowling Green, you just have to find ways to force other players besides Utomi and DeVivier to score. Those two have definitely been the leaders tonight as Kostelak can't get it to drop. Wiggins got position and then lost it. That's a possession DiMaggio Wiggins would like to have back. Michael Huger sees his team in front by 3. A win tonight for Bowling Green, and that would give Bowling Green the most wins in a season under Michael Huger so far. Would also give the Falcons the most Mid-American Conference wins. Bowling Green coming in 16-11 overall, 7-7 in the MAC. Wiggins. And the help side came, jump ball, possession arrow to Akron. Bowling Green 10 turnovers tonight compared to 8 for Akron. DeVivier against Turner. And up ahead, Plowden running the floor, just too much on it from Lillard.
Had the right idea. Just a little too much on it.
And Lucas Smith back into the ball game. That will give Daniel Utomi a rest. DeVivier. And Malcolm DeVivier to the line. Akron 12 of 14 from the free throw line tonight. They were 17 of 24 last time out against Kent State. You get the feeling right now that whichever team is able to string a few baskets together is going to be able to pull away in this ball game.
Well, momentum's been huge so far. Whichever team can capture that down the stretch is going to be able to win this one.
The game tied at 55. DeVivier will go to the bench. Fry. Good look to Lillard. Three-pointer is short. The tip wouldn't go from Plowden. Got to look there at the hang time of Daquan Plowden. Corner three. And not the look that Akron wanted. And Lillard, the crossover, nearly had an and one. That will be the fourth foul on Mark Kostelak, and Antoine Lillard will go to the line when we come back. Lillard off the pump fake, finds an open Justin Turner for three. Bowling Green bench, loving it. .17 remaining in this ball game, and we are tied at 55. Chance for Bowling Green to go back in front with some free throws coming from Antoine Lillard. As you look at the numbers on Malcolm DeVivier, 14 points on the night, 5 of 10 from the field. He's 1 of 4 from long range, also has a pair of assists. He's the guy that I think with his ability to get to the basket has to have the ball in his hands down the stretch.
Well, DeVivier, he has the ability to create. He's a slasher, but he can also shoot. He always looks for the open man. He's been great so far. Look for him to lead the Zips down the stretch.
1 for 2. Bowling Green now 6 of 10 from the line. And an illegal screen will give the ball back to Bowling Green. And now a technical foul. Derek Koch will go to the line. A technical foul. Looked like it was against John Gross. You have it, Joe? What happened there? Derek Koch on the season, an 84% free throw shooter, 6th in the MAC. And Koch has now made his last 15 free throw attempts. Bowling Green looking to make it a 2-possession game. Lillard back to Fry, thought about it. And unable to connect with Koch. As Derek Koch was still trying to establish position.
And just a little indecision on Fry. Wanted to take the shot, got caught in between, wasn't sure whether to pass it or not, leads to the turnover.
Rod Caldwell to the scores table. DeVivier drops it underneath. A nice finish inside from Patton.
Finished around 3 or 4 Falcons down there.
At the other end, Dylan Fry. More Bowling Green free throws coming up. The 9th Akron team foul. Bowling Green with 5. Dylan Fry shooting 73% from the line. Gets the friendly bounce on the first. It's the home court. You expect that though, right?
Absolutely.
And nearly got the second to go.
Home court can only do so much sometimes.
And Patton. Torrey Patton to the line. Calmly knocks down the first as Caldwell will check in along with Matt Fox.
And I think this lineup for the Falcons is built to score 5 shooters. All 5 Falcons can knock down a 3 on the court right now.
And Rod Caldwell trying to get open is fouled by Patton. Rod Caldwell, a 75% free throw shooter, averaging just under 10 points a game. And no good on the first. Caldwell had a career high 25 points against Abilene Christian. And 0 for 2. See if the free throws come back to haunt Bowling Green in this one. Utomi against Koch. Knocks down the jumper. Akron in front. Turner. Tough shot. And the battle for the loose ball. That's Akron basketball. And DiMaggio Wiggins will check in for Derek Koch. Wiggins 11 points and 5 boards on the night. He's also had 4 turnovers in this ball game. Utomi. And the three-pointer is good. That's Badabo giving some bench points for Akron. And Akron now with a 5-point advantage, 8:44 remaining. The Zips have now knocked down 5 threes in this one. That was their first 3-point make of the second half. And here it is one more time. Utomi, unselfish play there to find Badabo for a great look. Akron right now on a 7-0 run. John Gross sees the fight in his team in this one as the Zips are trying to pick up their first road win. We said coming in, because of this team having 8 newcomers, dealt with injury, it's been a process this season. And I think that process is only going to benefit this Akron team next year. The experience they've gained this year, plus the transfers they will have available next year. Wiggins working against Kostelak. Kostelak with those 4 fouls, had to be careful. We're back to a 1-possession game.
And Wiggins gets it to fall as the double team comes over, able to make it in the traffic. Nice lay-in for Wiggins.
You told me back to DeVivier. Less than 10 on the shot clock. 3-pointer off the mark. Right back to Caldwell. Wiggins got position, couldn't finish. Wiggins would like to have that one back. I don't think he expected to be that open off that feed inside.
He was surprised, for sure.
Approaching 7 minutes to play. Shot clock winding down. DeVivier attacks. And Kostelak there for the follow-up. And Antoine Lillard went hard to the floor, coming up limping. And Mark Kostelak will go to the line after this media timeout. It's Akron on the road, leading Bowling Green 64-61. The finish underneath from Patton. And Daniel Utomi knocking down the face-up jumper. Antoine Lillard, just before our last break, went hard to the floor, went over to the bench limping. We'll see if Lillard is able to return to this ball game. We have 7:10 remaining, and Mark Kostelak will go to the line for the first time tonight. Akron 15 of 18 as a team tonight. Mark Kostelak, just 6 attempts on the season at the charity stripe. He's 2 of 6. Gets the bounce on the first. Kostolak's second free throw. No problem. Akron by 5. The 5-point lead is the largest lead that Akron has had tonight, tying their largest lead. Fry, a three. He's got another one. Dylan Fry with 4 threes on the night. 3 times this season, he's had 5 in a game. Give him 19 points for the ball game. Utomi lines up a 3 and it's good. The answer from Daniel Utomi.
And Utomi's so great at making difficult shots. It doesn't have to be in rhythm or open. He can make the shot over a defender, off balance, doesn't matter.
22 points in the ball game. Turner trying to answer. Off the iron and one and done for Bowling Green on that possession. Ivy ready to return to the ball game. Antoine Lillard, good sign. He's headed to the scores table. Utomi again. Rebounded by Wiggins, and here comes Caldwell. Fry, corner 3. Got it! 22 points on the night for Dylan Fry. And a timeout has been called. That three-pointer bringing the Falcon faithful to their feet. We're back to a one-possession game. 7 threes on the night for Bowling Green. We've seen Bowling Green continue to try and push for fast break opportunities tonight. Starting to pay off in this ball game down the stretch.
Yeah, for sure. The Falcons are finally being able to convert some of these tough shots that weren't falling earlier in the game. Dylan Fry, 8 for 11 from the field. Incredibly efficient shooting night. Starting not to be as aggressive beginning of the second half, but he's starting to pick up his shooting here down the stretch.
He's one guy that we know down the stretch Bowling Green can rely on. Had the game-winning 3 against Florida Gulf Coast. A huge win for Bowling Green in non-conference play. Here's his last 3 from the corner. His 5th of the night. Only 3 games remaining in the regular season after tonight. Bowling Green trying to take care of business where it counts, at home. It's Akron still in front by 2. Bowling Green going to end their regular season against Buffalo here at the Stroh Center. Said coming in, Bowling Green lost to Buffalo just before this one by 13. And Utomi fouled by Lillard. He thought he got all ball. And for Antoine Lillard, that will be his 4th. So now Lillard has 4, Turner with 3, Koch with 3, and Plowden with 3. For Akron, Kostolak has 4 and Patton has 4. And then Smith with 3. Utomi 5 of 6 at the line tonight, looking to add to his 22 points. Big free throw here for Utomi, trying to make it a 2-possession game. And he does. Can Akron come up with a big stop? Fry, the crossover. His pull-up jumper, no good. I think that was a heat check for Dylan Fry. And Ivy fouled underneath. That will be Bowling Green's 9th team foul. Derek Koch back into the game. Ivy good on the front end of the 1-and-1. If he's able to make this one, he will become the 3rd Akron player to reach double figures tonight. Just grazes the iron on the second. Turner, contact. A bit of a late whistle, but Justin Turner will go to the line as Ivy still down on the floor. Not quite the performance from Justin Turner that we saw in the first meeting when he finished with 30, but he does have some big free throws here. Knocks down the first. That's his first free throw attempt of the night. Give him 12 points for the ball game. Akron by 3, 4:21 remaining. Utomi. Now into the hands of Ivy. Kostelak, the spin move. Here comes Fry. Dylan Fry, nearly a turnover. Lillard for 3. And Wiggins underneath. Had great position, and the night is done for Mark Kostelak. Kostelak fouls out with 3:50 remaining. He'll finish with 4 points and 5 rebounds. DiMaggio Wiggins to the line when we come back. Dylan Fry, the corner 3. He's got 5 of those on the night. Daniel Utomi, he has the range as well. He's 3 from 6 for downtown. DiMaggio Wiggins to the line, looking to add to his 13 points and 8 rebounds on the night. Trying to tighten up this ball game. Chance to make it just a 1-point game with 3:50 remaining. First free throw is good. DiMaggio Wiggins with 8 of his 14 points in the second half. He's knocking on the door for that 13th double-double of the season. Akron by 1. Every possession going to count here down the stretch, and Michael Huger trying to bring the Bowling Green faithful to their feet. Utomi, guarded by Koch. And Smith shuffled his feet. He knew it. Now a chance for Bowling Green to go in front. Turner looking for help. And DeVivier commits the foul. His third personal. This has been a tightly officiated ball game. A combined 45 free throws attempted in this one. And Fry got the bounce again. Not the first time we said that tonight. Bowling Green by 1. This is the first time Bowling Green has led since it was 59-58. Utomi. Big three-pointer from Daniel Utomi. 27 points on the night. He's just 5 points shy of tying his career high. Turner trying to answer. Off the mark, there's Wiggins. Putback is there.
Wiggins not giving up on the play, looking for the rebound and the follow. Wiggins ties it up for the Falcons.
Now a chance for Akron to go in front again. Utomi against Koch. Zips able to maintain possession. And Smith an illegal screen. That will be his fourth personal. Akron has already lost Mark Kostelak. Illegal screen there from Smith. He had the travel moments ago. A couple of costly mistakes. See if Bowling Green can take advantage. Fry to Lillard. Splits the defense. And with the left hand, it's good.
Incredible shot by Lillard. I don't even think he was looking to take that shot, looking for the pass, but found himself open for the lay-in.
Bowling Green fans up on their feet again. Less than 2 to play. And Ivy coming off the screen. It's a foul against Lillard. And for Antoine Lillard, his night is done. Lillard will finish with 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Michael Huger is going to bring in Matt Fox, the senior. A nice hand for Antoine Lillard as he goes to the bench. Antoine Lillard, a player that went down hard to the floor in this second half, had to go to the bench, able to come back into the ball game and give some good minutes. Ivy now 3 of 5 at the line. And Ivy now with 10 points in the ball game. Third Akron player to reach double figures. Fry finds Fox, corner 3. And there's Wiggins, another offensive board. Turner's pull up, raises the iron. Wiggins can't put it up and in. You can't say the Falcons didn't have chances on that possession.
Wiggins back-to-back offensive rebounds. He finds himself with a double-double, but he's more worried about the win right now.
DeVivier drives, swatted. And Bowling Green can work the clock. We're inside of a minute. Turner. The lob to Wiggins wasn't there. Bowling Green's 13th turnover.
Wiggins slow to get up, 5 on 4.
And Utomi is fouled. Derek Koch with his 4th personal.
Sweaty palms time here in the Stroh Center.
You told me the guy you want at the line if you're Akron, shooting 80% on the season. He's 7 of 8 tonight. Looking to tie up this ball game. He does. Now a chance to put Akron in front. He struggled in the first meeting, but not tonight. Daniel, you told me 28 points, looking to make it 29. Akron by 1.
14-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Koch looking for a teammate, finds Fry. Still plenty of time to work with. Turner, the drive, and the runner is good. Bowling Green retakes the lead.
And Akron can hold for the final possession here.
Akron has 1 timeout remaining, and John Gross will use it. 20 seconds left. Akron is going to have a chance. Look at the Zips scoring tonight. You told me with 29, DeVivier with 14, Ivy with 10. As you look at the last Bowling Green basket from Justin Turner, giving him 15 on the night.
And the Falcons with 4 players in double-digit scoring. Fry with 24, Wiggins with 17, Turner with 15, and Lillard with 11.
This is a great chance for Akron to try and play spoiler. As Bowling Green, we said coming in, trying to stay among the top 4 in the MAC standings.
And Akron has not won a road game this season. 1 possession here with a chance.
2 of the final 3 games in the regular season for Bowling Green on the road, at Kent State and at Ohio. At home versus Buffalo to close out the regular season. Akron trying to sweep the season series. First, they need a basket. Less than 20 seconds to play. You told me with the basketball. He'll go to work against Koch. And finds Ivy. Ivy able to get it to go, and it's Akron by 1 with 11 seconds left. Bowling Green does have 2 timeouts. Right back to Fry, 3-pointer. No, Wiggins follow-up. And a Bowling Green foul. Wiggins looked like he might have been fouled underneath. Free throws for Akron with 1.1 seconds left.
And a crazy turn of events. The feed from the Zips for the easy lay-in.
I don't know if we can get one more look at that last possession for Bowling Green, but Dylan Fry got a pretty good look. Wiggins was right there. Here he is on the follow-up. Yeah, he definitely was contested there. I'm not sure if Ivy got him on the arm. As Smith knocks down the first.
The Falcons do have 2 timeouts.
And Smith, no good. And a Bowling Green timeout with 0.8 seconds remaining. What a ball game tonight. This has been back and forth from the start. Largest lead in this game was 8. That was back when Bowling Green had a 22-14 advantage. Akron just needs 1 stop. And Bowling Green less than a second to try and win this one or tie and force overtime. 81-79 your score.
And what kind of play do you think Coach Huger's drawn up in the huddle right now?
course you're looking for a quick shot. Do you look for the lob underneath? Maybe. Or a catch and shoot for a player like Fry, who we know has been clutch.
Right.
Or Matt Fox, the big three-pointer that put Bowling Green into overtime against Eastern Michigan. Bowling Green has to go the length of the floor, and it will be Matt Fox to inbound. He's joined by Wiggins, Turner, Koch, and Fry. Baseball pass. Too much. He was looking for Wiggins. And a substitution for Akron. Torrey Patton will check in. 0.8 seconds remaining. And Bowling Green will call their final timeout. Akron 81, Bowling Green 79. The Zips in position for their first road win of the season. Looking ahead for Akron, 2 of their final 3 regular season games will be at home at James A. Rhodes Arena. The Zips will see Miami next. Miami won the first meeting by 15. Then it's on the road at Buffalo. Buffalo won by 22 in the first meeting back on January 9th. Then Akron home against Kent State on March 2nd to close out the regular season. There's the final 3 games for Bowling Green. At Kent State, Golden Flashes will be looking for redemption led by Jalen Walker. Then down at the Convocation Center to face the Bobcats, who have struggled this season. And home against Buffalo. Ivy will inbound. Finds DeVivier. Time expires, and Akron has their first road win of the season. A tough one at home for the Falcons. Bowling Green now 9-5 at the Stroh. Snaps the 4-game win streak for the Falcons here at home. And in Mid-American Conference play, Bowling Green now 7-8. Akron improves to 5-10. 81-79 the final. Here's one more look at the go-ahead basket. Ivy off the feed from Utomi, and Akron wins it. We'll be back to wrap it up in a moment here on ESPN. To 79 victory over the Falcons. Akron improves to 12-15 overall, 5-10 in the MAC. It's their first MAC road win of the season. It's their first road win of the season overall. And a big reason why, the combination of Daniel Utomi and Malcolm DeVivier. We look at Utomi's highlights, 29 points in this one. He was just 3 points shy of tying his career high.
Well, there wasn't really anything that he couldn't make. He was making difficult step-back jumpers. He was all over the place, had 5 assists, 29 points. Incredible night by Utomi. Great game for the Zips.
And look at the three-pointer there from Malcolm DeVivier. 14 points in this one. He was just 1 of 5 from long range, but also had 4 assists, and he was attacking and creating a lot of early opportunities for Akron. Look at a drive here, able to finish with the left hand. Malcolm DeVivier, one of the guys leading the way tonight in this win for Akron. Your thoughts on what we saw from Akron tonight and the reason they got it done?
Well, they closed it out in the second half. They didn't have costly turnovers. They got the shots to fall. They played team basketball. But Utomi took over. I think that's what it simply came down to in the second half. Utomi was making shots. He couldn't stop. He kept getting switched onto Derek Koch. He loved that matchup. He drove, took difficult jumpers, but they fell. In the end, the Zips, it was just their night.
And we'll take a look at the final stats in this one. At halftime, both teams were shooting better than 50% from the field. Akron finishes the game at 52%, Bowling Green 47%. So you'll live with those shooting numbers. On the glass, Bowling Green had the advantage, and DiMaggio Wiggins there at the end. Was he fouled? Was he blocked by Ivy underneath? That's a question that both teams are going to go back, I think, and look at, especially Bowling Green, because the Falcons had their chances in this one. They finished with 14 turnovers in this ball game. 9 of those came in the second half.
Well, you can't have 9 second-half turnovers and expect to win the game. Wiggins probably potentially fouled in the late-game scenario, but that's stuff you got to live with. If you're the Falcons, you have to close out better than that. Turnovers down the stretch, that costs them.
Free throws as well. Bowling Green, 16 of 23 from the charity stripe tonight, 12 of 17 in the second half. And we'll look at the leading scorers now, starting with Akron.
Well, Daniel Utomi had 29 points, followed by Malcolm Duvivier. He had 14, and then Jamond Ivy finished with 12 points tonight.
And it was a big night for Dylan Fry for Bowling Green. He finishes with 24 points. He had 5 threes. The 4th time this season he has had 5 threes. He was 8 of 13 from the field. Antoine Lillard, 15 points in this ball game. Justin Turner had 15. Antoine Lillard had 11. And DiMaggio Wiggins, his 13th double-double, 17 points, 12 rebounds, just not enough for Bowling Green. And this one is going to hurt for the Falcons because they're now 7-8 in Mid-American Conference play. They were coming into this game 4th in the Mid-American Conference standings. They needed to take care of business here at home. Instead, it's Akron walking away with the win.
Well, it was a tough one for the Falcons. DiMaggio Wiggins had a great game, ended up with that double-double. Dylan Fry got hot in the second half, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't the Falcons' night.
Only 3 games remain in the regular season now. The next 2 for Bowling Green will be on the road, and then they will close out the regular season right here at the Stroh Center against Buffalo. And for Akron, 2 of their final 3 games will be played at James A. Rhodes Arena. That's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Once again, your final. Akron 81, Bowling Green 79. For my partner, Garrett McKinney, and our sideline reporter, Lawrence Salkowitz, I'm Brad Woznicki saying so long from the Stroh Center. To watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.